Hi, good morning. I have had something on my mind since this morning that I wanted to share. Probably going to talk for a bit. My plans here. I need to talk this out for myself. I also think, I think it will be clarifying for myself. Hopefully for you as well. So I'm just giving a lot of heads up before I start. Probably going to be all over the place, but I think it will tie together. Fingers crossed. If I should preface the video with something, it's about my truth, what I'm doing, my social media presence, all the posts I'm making, all the videos I'm making, this one included, my path of therapy, my path of healing, just the meaning of life, my purpose, my existence. Those I think should cover most of it. So I think the right lineup is I had a therapy session 2 weeks ago, 1.5 weeks ago, where I went into a part of me that's been trying to make relationships work, trying to do the right thing, trying to get my needs met, trying to make the other person understand. It's very over responsibility taking on my end, because I've learned that the other person, they won't do it. So this is my conditioning, right? And prior to that, I've had sessions also where we talked about taking a step back instead of trying harder, taking a step back and leaning back, resting, replenishing, giving myself an opportunity to receive, to let people step in instead of doubling down, trying harder, those things. And so it's been kind of like a building of momentum, or building of direction. I don't know what to call it. And then when I was embodying, I was in that trying part from last time, and I think she said, I just want someone to be able to, I want someone strong enough to be there. I don't want to do all the work, I think. And I got in touch with a void, and my practitioner, he has this pattern of naming my parts or labeling them, and he was like, I think this is the truth, I think this is your truth. And it felt like that part, it was very much standing. I had this image in my head of my childhood home, childhood. I moved, my family moved when I was 11, so before 11, that youngest childhood. And I was just seeing everyone in my family, myself included, just having their day-to-day life, and I was just like, wow, me, she's trying, she is so present, she is so in existence, she is so seeking contact, she's just so herself, and no one interacts with her as her. They're not seeing her, they're not. It's all this overlay and them being in their own parts, not being aware of that. So it creates this desperation of, I mean, I'm not safe until I'm seen. Until I'm seen, nothing happens until I'm seen. I can't have my feelings validated, can't have my needs met, can't be myself. Can't, nothing, none of that, you know? And we worked with that part, talked to it, and something changed after that. Something changed. I have, and I'm probably like saying things that I've said before because it's layers and layers of similar dynamics and patterns and whatnot, but I felt like I don't have it in me anymore. I don't have it in me to take a step in. All I want to do is like just give up and just, okay, I give up. Like this. And I don't feel like if people are not seeing me, if they are at least not aware of the fact that it's possible to see me or someone else, they don't even know the concept, so they can't even get into the present moment and be like, there's something going on in the other person, I don't understand what it is, but let me use my inner eye to see. Let's use my feelings to attune. Let me ask questions to understand, to figure out. Because it's seeing beyond just the normal eye. So if people don't have that, there is nothing I can do. And I felt that for some days. Then I'm not sure if I recall like accurately, but I had, I think, some real frustration. I was trying to create this women's group. People kept fucking failing, like not failing, flailing. They showed interest, didn't show up, asked for information, didn't reply, like a lot of just having to try hard and struggle to get this thing organized in the midst of having these sessions where I'm just like, I can't take it anymore. And I had one day, there's a kid crying outside. I had one day where I was like, I think I started my company in 2014. It's 2024 now, it's 10 years. Then I must have done something wrong when paying my taxes, so I got a $4,000 bill to pay, which put me even more in this like, I can't take it anymore. I'm not making money. I have so much value to offer and people are not taking it, and they're not willing to pay, they're not willing to see the truth. It's all this, I just got really frustrated. And I've tried so many things during these 10 years, right? Tried a lot of things. It's a cause worthy of fight and struggle. But at the same time, I'm like, wow, I'm done. When am I having my break? And I know, like, I can talk about I'm unsupported in many ways. I am doing this alongside healing from something that's quite severe. It's a lot at this, like it's a lot to navigate. I don't remember exactly what clicked, but I was just like, I am tired of. See, I told you this was going to be all over the place, because there's also this persona in me, or this part of me that I'm showing up as so often, very understanding, like overly understanding. When they talk about like people, like when you put pillows under people's arms, that kind of like so afraid of not being understanding, not like upsetting someone, triggering people, offending people. So very much always trying to see people and show up as gently and with as much compassion as I can. For a number of reasons. So this is something that is a part of me, and it's in the forefront. And in the last weeks, if not months, I've had so much unsavory feelings come up: bitterness, resentfulness, jadedness, if that's a word, despising. It's just like a lot of disdain, disgust, a lot of those feelings. And it felt like those are like oscillating, like they're changing places. The understanding is not as much in the forefront anymore. All the unsavory feelings are more in the forefront. That's a whole process. I'm telling you, that's a whole process to let that be, to observe what's going on, to just be in it and like figure out how to navigate that, while also believing that because it's scary as fuck. Like I wanna, like this is probably like the pinned point, those posts I made on Facebook not too many days ago, where I was not really going off, but at the same time going off, because I was frustrated and I made a conscious choice to let myself express. But I forgot where I was going. Let me see if I can catch it. Can't. Struggle to catch it when I have the camera on and there's time pressure. But those two are changing places. Yeah, I think I was going to say that I believe there's something really beneficial coming out of this change of place. It feels like almost seductive to me. It feels like, you know, when you bite into a really ripe fruit and you're just like, it's dripping. It feels kind of like that. Juicy, nourishing, unsavory, edge. This is alluring to me, you know. So I'm having faith in where I'm at the same time. And then I made those posts on Facebook, and I had just after posting about the women's group, I had multiple people ask if I was doing it online or in person, and they wanted it online. So I was like, okay, I can create an offer then. That would be fun for me. I love my job. I would love the help. So I post in a few groups, and I'm like, I got this. these messages, and now I'm thinking I want to create this thing. Anyone interested? And then people show interest, and then I send out like a message to all of them. And when they learn that it's paid, they're like, "You didn't say it was paid," which I didn't. So that's fair. But because if I had said, the post wouldn't have been allowed into the group. So I know that's on me. But it's I got so fucking just, I know the value in what I'm doing. I probably am not able to convey it properly. Maybe why I don't have more clients. But I know the value. I see the value in how my clients change and feel about themselves and relate to themselves, and the quality of their relationships and their life and their dreams, all of it. I know I'm not like everyone else. Like I know where I can take you within yourself. I know the liberation. I know the empowerment. I know the truth. I know. And you don't get that from most people. So I'm like, why are people so... People are in so much pain. Like, just imagine being in my position and you see with your eyes so clearly things that are not working. Just imagine the field you love the most, if it is your job or whatever you're passionate about, and you walk past something of that thing and you're just like, wow, that needs like a cleanup, a wash, remodeling, adjustments, maintenance, whatever, for it to function in its full essence, thriving, you know? Wouldn't you be like, why are not anyone doing what the people that own this thing, why are they not doing something about it? Because it's a shame that this thing is decomposing, it's degradation, it's why? It could be such a beautiful thing. I see its potential. I know what needs to happen to adjust it, to make it flourish. Like, that's how it is for me, walking around in the world. And then because it's my field, it's people, so I interact with people all the time. So it's not like it's a thing that I can just, in a way, just pass by. In a way maybe it is, but in a way also it isn't. So I'm interacting with these things that not work, and then it affects me also. It's just like, and I know I can fix it. I know. And then of course there are so many people complaining, or I don't like that word, but it's like, don't know any better word. So there's a lot of complaining, and I'm in pain, I don't know what to do. It's like almost whining sometimes. And I'm like, you want help? Does it cost money? Yeah, because I'm changing your life. What? No then? Like, it's really frustrating. So I made I made posts, made probably 4 of them, where I said things like, if you're not willing, people who expect my work to be free, like, fuck you. And people who, I don't really remember what I said, but it was good to say it. People who talk about being in pain and are not willing to do something about it, suck it up. No, I mean, those are hard words. I'm aware. I was upset. And it was not like, that's part of the point. Like, I'm used to thinking, feeling, believing that I should be so understanding, and of course they have a reason for not being able to do it or not ready to do it. They don't have finances. They're not in the position because they have too many kids. That takes their energy. Like, I get all that. I'm not dumb. It's not like I lack perspective or nuance, whatever. But that's kind of like, that's my trap. That's my pattern of being so understanding towards others that I don't allow myself to have my own feelings. My feelings are valid also. They're also allowed to have space. So my main business on this planet is being myself. Helping other people to be themselves. That's it. So in that moment, I'm just like, wow, I'm really fucking tired of this. 10 years of this business and people still, I'll just post that. I'll give myself permission to be frustrated. I did. And then some people had a hard time with that expression. Which, I mean, I can understand, because I've read similar posts back when, and it triggered me as well, because I felt like I was not doing enough. I felt like I did everything wrong. I felt like I should be doing more. It set something off in me. I'm just like, I'm looking. I'm looking at, wow, I have so many things to say. Because in the spiritual field, it's all like, oh, we're all one. We're all just representing aspects of each other. It's like this whole fucking diminishing of individuality, that we are actually different people at the same time as supposedly we are all one. So it's really interesting. I don't know. I think this is a general pattern, not just me. I think this idea is like spoken all the time, that we are all one. Yet people use it to always change themselves. It's never really, I'm in the right, don't like that word. Don't really like that word. I'm in integrity, and other people can adjust to me. There's always, I should adjust to everything else. As if the flaw is always within. When I don't think that, like, it's so nuanced, this. When I want everyone to see themselves, and I wholeheartedly believe that the world will be a better place if everyone did. I stand by that. That is my belief. You look at yourself and you deal with yourself. At the same time, I have understanding that that's not for everyone in this lifetime. Maybe it's like 10 lifetimes down the line, or a billion, who knows? Maybe never. Like, I don't know. And it's not like I will not respect if someone doesn't want to do that. Like, I'm not going to force myself on someone. I used to, but I'm trying to not do that anymore. At the same time, though, I would like to be, when you look at in like videos about quantum physics, and they show this unified field, it's like this blanket of like energy, small dots, it's all connected, and it like swirls like that. So if I'm one, of those dots in that blanket, and there's information exchange in that blanket at all times, and that's how it changes and creates. I would like my one to be like a solid beam of, like a lighthouse, you know? I would like my expression of my truth in this moment, my expression of how I feel. I've had a whole life of trying to be acceptable in someone else. Every aspect, everything about me was seen as wrong, bad, not wanted, shameful, you know? So to find back to myself and to really own that, to get to a place where I'm able to make a conscious decision to post. If you're not willing to do the work, shut up and suck it up. This is my expression. And if you're upset by that, own your feelings and put them in front of me. I am mature enough. If people haven't caught that yet, I'm mature enough that if you tell me, oh, I'm having some reactions to that, can I talk it through with you? I mean, if I have the capacity, yes. If you want to properly talk it through, book a session. We'll delve into that. It's not a personal attack, although it is a real frustration at the same time. But if you take ownership and bring whatever is in you to me, just do that. But this, and I mean, I can understand, because this flare up and this reaction without ownership, without awareness, like, I get that too. I get that. I'm just not catering to that. I feel like I should. I feel like I should be like super compassionate and try to understand them and try to like understand them out of whatever part I triggered that they were taken over by. Which is what I would have done, which is what I have done, but it's not on me. We're equal shares. So if you're aware enough to put it on the table and ask for me to talk it through, yeah. If you don't have the level of awareness to do that, then I triggered you. I really wonder, like, how many times people have said to me, like, your posts are too long. Why are you overanalyzing everything? Like, I don't think most people understand the looking for the right word, preciousness, the gift in what I'm doing. Like, I'm putting myself on display. Maybe more than I should at times. I'm putting myself at display, working through my own stuff, which is what most people don't do. Well, there's so much sun coming in. I'm working through my own stuff. I'm trying to explain my own process as I'm processing. I'm fighting myself out of my own conditioning, all the wrongful beliefs I have, like all the shame, self-hate. Like, I remember, I think maybe the first time I did my Christmas calendar, it was written, but I wonder if the second time, my challenge for myself, I love the Christmas calendar, was to do a video each day, checking in emotionally with myself and like give myself room to express that. How many years? That's so many years ago. That was while I was still living in my study city, my university city, I think. That must have been so many years ago. And I got a message from someone I was we were in the same class in high school, or maybe not high school, when I was like between 16 and 19. Maybe that's college, I don't fucking know. And he was like, I'm concerned because it's so dark what you're putting out there. And like looking back, I was probably fucking crawling my way through mountains of shame and self-hate. Every expression was a fucking fight. Every expression. And it was every truth inside me, every emotion, it was met with just fucking hating myself. It was probably really intense, pretty really uncomfortable. And I did that for fucking 24 days. But I mean, this is my process. I'm freeing myself. I'm doing what I feel is the thing I need to do, one step at a time. And it's valid. It's valid. Like this lady commented on my posts, the expressive posts. And I think she said something like, I had this pattern of like being bitter and complaining about things not working, something like that. And how many times I'm like crying, like being frustrated in despair because I can't seem to crack the code of how to make money so I can sustain myself. I have all this value, I have all this that people need, and I don't manage to like, it should be in a symbiotic relationship. They need what I can offer and I need money, so can we exchange here, you know? And it doesn't happen. So it's valid to have moments of like raw frustration and anger about that. And so many times I'm like, I cannot express that. I cannot express how cowardly I think people are. I cannot express how people don't have a backbone anymore. How I consider what some people are doing it whining. They're like sulking kids. My life doesn't work. What, do you want to do something about it? No. Like, I can have understanding, but the point is to allow myself to have this. What's unsavory? What is triggering for people? The reaction to that. And I think I'm trying to say the same thing 1,000 times now, but all the times I wanted to express that, and I'm like, no, I cannot express it. And there's a list of arguments why I cannot express it. Because I understand why they're not doing it. I get it. That usually kills like all the other arguments like that, because I get it. And then there's like, well, clearly something is not working on my end, because if everything was like a line here and flowing here, it would happen. So I revert back to myself, and I'm like, let's work more on my futility, let's work more on my powerlessness, let's work blah blah blah. And I work on myself. and I tweak my marketing, and I pay lots of money for a business coach, and I do all sorts of things. And at this point, and how do I know what comes next? I don't know. But at this point, I'm just like, no, fuck it. I'm upset with some of you. I'm upset with some of you people. To be able to really like own that. Some of you guys don't have a backbone. Some of you guys are like, some of the guys in the spiritual field think they've done so much work, and they're so walking on eggshell, people. Like, you can't touch them. I've been there. I know what it's like. I walk on eggshells around me. How many times do you think I've heard that? 1,000 times. I was like a fucking burn victim. You couldn't touch me. My shame and my self-hate will be like just flaring up. I know what it's like. Maybe that's all I wanted to say. I thought I would be talking for an hour. Just thinking about all of it. I really just wish people knew that it's possible. Like, you can just please, like, if you were to book a session with me, like, I would see you. I would see whatever is in you, and you would not be okay with most of the things I'm seeing, but I will be 100% okay. Like, we need someone to hold that. When you're not okay, you're at war with your own feelings and your own parts, your own truth, your own self. You're at war with it. Because that's what you were taught. So you need a counterweight to that. So when you are hating on yourself, you need a counterweight here that can be like, no, this one's okay. You're okay also, but you're making this one okay. Like, it needs to be a calming, a soothing of the system. And like, because of those, like, because of what you believe, you think that if you bring someone into all these deeply into yourself, you will have the same reaction as you had in the past that sits in your body. I mean, you have no idea of knowing that you will not get that. But that's exactly what I offer. For you to not have that again. I'm offering the opposite. Someone who can love all of that. Your life will change forever, for the better. When love like that, it's introduced into the system. And you'll learn that I can be loved. I am lovable. There are people out there, they will love me. And I know what it feels like. You will never fucking go back to anything less. Never. So if like, my favorite thing is when people are like, I have a client, he says sometimes, I think I just need you to see where I'm at. I'm like, perfect, great, thank you. Like, when someone comes to me and they're like, I have this thing going on and I don't understand, can I just tell you and you tell me what you see? And I'm like, yeah, of course, I love that. And they lay it out, and I watch them while they talk, And they probably think I will say something about the dynamic itself. And I'm like, hey, I'm seeing you right there. And what you have going on within your being is this, this, and this. So how about we focus on that and then we look at this. But when you change what's in the background, it changes also this in the foreground, you know? I wonder how many people go to therapy and they go to therapy because they have this situation, and it's like, oh, I'll put that on the table and we talk about this. And then I love my work, because this is not really the most important thing. It's like what's going on in here that goes into that. So change this, change that. It's such deep and profound work. The changes that can be created, but that's not all. Like that's of course that's important, but for me it's more that feeling when you become aware of, oh, that thing is going on and that thing is also going on, and you really see them and you get to this place of like, I understand why these parts are doing what they're doing. And now I actually really like that part. I really like them. I wanna protect them now. I care about them. No, I don't want to banish them anymore. They are so precious. Like when you get that feeling into your system, you love yourself. Life changes. Yeah, we'll end by that, with that, by that. If you're listening, thank you. If you want to share something, please do. If you wonder if I'm still going to beer in 10 years, I am doing the same thing. Making money or not making money, that's the question, but I'll still be here, doing myself.